They lived for the applause. But for these stars, the loudest cheer came from the one who wanted to silence them forever. This is the darkest side of fame, where adoration is weaponized. These 11 true crime cases didn't just end a life. They forced the world to change. Beginning with Rebecca Schaeffer, whose murder turned an overlooked threat into a crime and created the first anti-stalking laws. Sitcom star Rebecca Schaeffer's promising life and career were tragically cut short when an obsessed fan, driven by fixation and delusion, tracked her down at her own doorstep. This horrifying incident shocked the nation, highlighting the frightening reality of celebrity stalking, a threat that had long been underestimated. Obsessed fan Robert John Bardo tracked her down by hiring a private investigator. Tragically, when she answered her front door one morning, Bardo shot and killed her. This shocking act sent ripples through Hollywood and became a catalyst for reform. Public outcry led to the creation of the first anti-stalking laws across the United States, forever changing how society responds to the terrifying threat of celebrity obsession. Christina Grimmie's powerful voice shot her from YouTube fame to the national stage on The Voice. Her talent built a community of fans, but one viewer's fixation turned that community into a hunting ground. After a show in Orlando, Grimmie was signing autographs when Kevin James Loibel, a fan she had never met, walked up and opened fire. He shot her multiple times before turning the gun on himself. This brutal attack shattered the illusion of safety at artist meet and greets, a horrifying example of celebrity crime. Music icon John Lennon was tragically murdered by a fan whose obsession went far beyond admiration. This individual, struggling with his own sense of self and grappling with inner turmoil, believed that ending the life of such a legendary figure would give meaning to his own existence. In a twisted attempt to validate his fractured identity, he saw Lennon's death not just as an act of violence, but as a way to carve out significance for himself in the world, an act that horrified millions and left an indelible scar on the history of music and popular culture. Mark David Chapman, a fan who got Lennon's autograph hours earlier, waited and fired 5 shots, taking the life of a music legend. The ultimate betrayal by a fan that stunned the world. Selena was the queen of Tejano music, a superstar beloved by millions. Her greatest admirer was the president of her fan club, Yolanda Saldivar. That admiration festered into a deadly jealousy over money and control. Confronted about embezzlement at a motel, Saldivar pulled a gun. As Selena fled, Saldivar shot her in the back. The singer bled to death in the lobby, killed by the woman she'd trusted most. This celebrity murder remains one of music's most shocking betrayals. Dimebag Darrell was a guitar god, a heavy metal hero who lived for the stage. In a nightmare scenario, the very stage he ruled became his execution ground, attacked by a fan convinced the band had stolen his thoughts. During a Damage Plan concert in Columbus, Ohio, former Marine Nathan Gale vaulted onto the stage and targeted Darrell. He shot the guitarist multiple times at point-blank range before killing 3 others. This on-stage murder is one of the most traumatic events in rock history, a tragic celebrity death by fanatical rage. The Notorious B.I.G. was a king of hip-hop, a figure embroiled in a legendary coastal rivalry. While his murder remains officially unsolved, a prevailing conspiracy theory points not to a rival rapper, but to a fan-turned-killer hired for the hit. Leaving a party in LA, Biggie's SUV stopped at a stoplight. A shooter fired multiple rounds into his vehicle. The theory? A fan of Suge Knight and Death Row, seeking approval and status, carried out the hit. This unsolved mystery blurs the line between fan loyalty and a criminal act. Actress Sharon Tate's murder by the Manson family is the ultimate Hollywood horror story. While not a traditional fan, Charles Manson was a failed musician who fixated on the Hollywood elite. His followers were his devoted fans, and he sent them to commit atrocities to spark his imagined race war. Manson follower Tex Watson led others to Tate's home, telling them to do something witchy. They slaughtered the pregnant actress and 4 others. This cult murder was born from a warped desire for fame and notoriety, a fatal lesson in how celebrity obsession can curdle into apocalyptic violence. Dancer and actress Stephanie Moseley lit up screens in films like Step Up 3D and music videos. Her killer was the man who vowed to love her and was her biggest fan before tying the knot. A man whose jealousy transformed from passion into a possessive, fatal obsession. Her husband, rapper Earl Hayes, shot Moseley multiple times in their apartment before turning the gun on himself. Fueled by paranoia and accusations of infidelity, this senseless murder shows how a relationship can become a deadly trap, even for those in the spotlight. Dutch filmmaker Theo van Gogh was a provocative artist, known for his criticism of Islamic extremism. His murder was a politically motivated act, but his killer was also a fanatic, a devotee of a radical ideology who saw Van Gogh as a symbol to destroy. Mohamed Bouyeri, a Dutch-Moroccan extremist, shot Van Gogh 8 times while cycling in Amsterdam. He then nearly decapitated him and pinned a note to his chest with a knife. This public execution was a terror attack carried out by a fanatic claiming a higher cause, showing how free speech can make a celebrity a target. James Jordan was not a celebrity himself, but he was the father of the most famous athlete in the world, Michael Jordan. His murder was a random crime, but the killers were fans who recognized his car and his connection to a global icon, making him a target. 2 teenagers, Daniel Green and Larry Martin Demery, shot Jordan during a robbery as he slept in his car. They later bragged about killing Michael Jordan's father. This senseless tragedy proves that fatal fame can extend to a celebrity's family, making them targets for fans and criminals alike. Hollywood star Ann-Margret survived a near-fatal attack by an obsessed fan who broke into her home, a violent intrusion that could have been another celebrity murder. A deranged fan broke into her home, shattering the illusion of safety that 4 walls should provide. The intruder attacked her with a disturbing intensity, driven by an obsession that blurred the lines between admiration and madness. In a terrifying struggle that seemed to stretch on forever, she fought desperately for her life, adrenaline and fear fueling her every move. It was only through sheer willpower and the timely intervention of neighbors hearing the screams that he was stopped just moments before he could carry out his lethal intentions. This chilling ordeal stands as a harrowing escape from fatal fandom, exposing the dark side of celebrity, where adoration can twist into something deadly and uncontrollable. From screams of adoration to the blast of a gun, these stories reveal the most chilling truth about fatal fame. The greatest threat can sometimes come from those who claim to love you the most. The line between a fan and a stalker, between devotion and danger, is terrifyingly thin.